When you claim you're Africanist, you're going to get your mind back. Black and I'm proud. Black and I'm proud. When you claim you're Africanist, you're going to get your mind back. Black and I'm proud. Claim you're African. Black and I'm proud. I'm telling you. When you claim you're Africanist, you're going to get your mind back. Black and I'm proud. Claim you're African. Black and I'm proud. I'm telling you. When you claim you're Africanist, you're going to get your mind back. Black and I'm proud. Claim you're African. Black and I'm proud. I'm telling you. Become a part of it. Embrace it. 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 When you claim you're African, you're going to get your mind back. Black and I'm proud. Claim you're African. Black and I'm proud. I'm telling you. When you claim you're African, you're going to get your mind back. Black and I'm proud. Claim you're African. Black and I'm proud. I'm telling you.
Peace and power, family. Peace and power. Dr. Daw back in the box with QueenA B, family. Look, family, we coming to you live and direct. Doc in the box today. We have a conversation. It's gonna be a little off the cuff conversation. I think is applicable for the time. We have it entitled "Don't Fret, Fight the System and Trump." Again, don't fret. Fight the system and Trump. Is a lot going on out in these streets, family. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe. I didn't even get to share on my own stuff. I'm Queen. When you get to talking, I'm going to share as well. But family. It's wonderful to be back. You know, jump in the chat, as Queen saying.
Don't hold back.
All right. So, family, I want to say, QueenA B, talk to the people.
What you DJing over there? You something else. What was that? What's up, people? Listen, it's beautiful out here, really, for sure. It's beautiful outside, and it's about to be beautiful inside because we're gonna have this great conversation. I told Doc when Trump gets elected, we're gonna have enough content. I tell you, it's never gonna stop. So tonight we are gonna get into him a little, but we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. But we need to kind of talk about how Black people should navigate these tough times. Because they are tough, but we know tough times. So I want to say welcome to everyone. Come on in here. We got a new number, guys. We showing out. We got a new number. Doc, what's the number? We got a number. You can call in. What's the number? It's 410 8. I'm gonna put this up for you guys so you can see it. So it's 410-878-2071. Again, you can call in. The number is 410-878-2071. We're also going to put the link up. So the link will go up and you can come on in here and sit with us. We love when you come in and you talk to us, interactive, give Doc a run for his money. So we're going to put the link in. You can call in. So this thing is about to, because you guys you're not our guests. You're our co-host. So Doc, what we got?
And I don't give them too much privileges now. You give us a mile, or give us an inch, and we take a mile. I thought you said we were co-hosts. I thought, that's how you're gonna do it, huh? Oh, that's how you're gonna do it. So that's
co-host. And listen, shout yourself out in the comments so we know who was here. Brother David, my brother. Let me tell y'all something. Give me a second, Doc. Y'all got to go up on Black Box Radio and check out. Last week I had a conversation with David L. Johnson, BBR Spotlight. It was fire. Super fire. So y'all got to check that out. Please go like, share, subscribe that. And subscribe to our platform, but definitely check that out. We also, me and Doc went in Doc in the Box last Thursday. And listen, we also have some new people on this platform. We got Fighting for Freedom, which is a beautiful show with real-time discussions from people who are currently impacted by the criminal justice system. So that means they're inside, they're behind the walls. So we get to hear from them. That's a beautiful thing that's done by a husband and wife team. And we also have, that's Brother Rodney and Sister Vita. And then we also have a show called Dressed Up Dope Fiend that comes on every third Tuesday. Fighting for Freedom is every third Sunday. Every third Tuesday, we got a Dressed Up Dope Fiend where Troy, or Dope Fiend Timay, he comes in and talk about his 32 years as a drug abuser. He's now 5 years clean, and so his stories are amazing. So guys, please check out our platform, Black Box Radio, at Black Box Radio, and check out of course, Doc in the Box. We going in. Doc, what you got? Let's go.
People are afraid out here.
They scary, baby. They scared. Not even, they're really afraid. I think every color, not just black people, everybody.
My people scared. Did you say Brother David is in the house?
I see Dave versus
He's not
Suck.
scared.
That's my
He's
man.
not scared, obviously, right? But
he ain't scared. He laid it down. He ain't scared of nothing.
He feels very protected. But nonetheless, peace, Brother David.
That's my brother.
So family, Queen, how does my mic sound? Because I can't really hear it.
You sound really good. You good.
Okay, cool. Because it sounds a little loud to me. So let me see what I can do here. All right.
You sound good.
So family. People are losing their minds. People are losing their minds.
Not David L. Johnson. He said he's never scared.
Oh man. I'm scared of David. But look, check this out. Check this out. I had a long time, Queen. I had a long time, let's say, listener. Over the years, I'm saying over a decade, who sent me a YouTube comment. That's the best way I can kind of preface this. And this show is not necessarily built on that, but since we flowing and I just feel like it's appropriate at this time. And he spoke about basically me changing my thoughts or something like that, or somehow I got caught up with Dr. Jared Ball, and I don't know, he came up with some causal he had a hypothesis about me, and I wish I could find it, because I would literally just read it. It might just be easier. But there's also other people that are really afraid right now. Family, go ahead and
Sister Vita said the black quota holding on. It's the other race that has no clue how to adapt.
I'd like to hear more about that. Like, the black folks are holding on and the other race has no clue how to adapt. Okay, I mean that sounds good to me. I don't know
what she said.
Huh?
She said what she said. I get it.
I mean, explain.
Well, I think women, black folks, we know how to.
Oh, okay.
We know how to get out there and get it. Even through the toughest times, we survive. We like that roach that you step on and you come back and it's gone. So we've been through tough times in this country over and over and over. It's nothing new for us. And I think she's saying that we're holding on and we're looking in our toolbox how to survive out here. But the other race, they don't know nothing about survival.
I mean, I like it. I mean, it's positive, I guess. I'm not sure if I agree.
She followed up. She said, we've been disappointed and let down in so many ways.
Okay. I mean, I think I agree with her. And I like the optimism. I'm not sure if the other race feels the need to hold on, because I don't know if they're afraid like we are. I'm not sure if the other race is afraid of their sons, their children, their husbands. I just don't know if that's actually, if they are as afraid or don't know how to adapt to them. That they are them. They
live with them. They birth them.
Yeah, and I think just to jump back on some of the things we were saying last week, I think the reality is the those who really in that other race who really struggled with the system, what I call the white patriarchy, is the minority. It's the minority. It's the white liberals, I call them, or the white matriarchy. And matriarchy doesn't mean that you're a male or female. I mean, female. You can have white matriarchal type of ideas, which I call white liberalism. So to me, is the white matriarch and the white patriarch fighting. One who wants all the rules buckled down and lock it up and enslave everybody. And the other one saying, free the world, free the animals, free the dolphins and the whales, and let everybody do what they want to do, and take your bras off and burn them, and all these type of things. So I think there's these
Nah, we ain't taking no
polar
bras off.
opposites, huh?
We ain't taking no bras off.
Well, I mean, what are you talking about?
You said take the bras off and burn them.
You never heard of that?
No, I heard that. I said, but when we ain't taking off no bras.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of sisters walking around with that same philosophy. What are you talking about?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, especially y'all with the more degrees you get, the more you take your bras off.
What? You are crazy.
You know,
That's what this sister said. Not these double D's. You don't know. We don't take no bras off, babe.
Well,
So go ahead.
Queen, you always speak anecdotally.
Well, listen, I'm trying to tell
They
you.
are a group of. It's not. I'm not even going to say anything's wrong with it. But what I am saying is, there's black women who also burnt their bras.
Oh wow! And what is anecdotally? You know, you got to break things down. You know, we're not as smart as you. What is anecdotally?
No, there's always, you know, the black feminists that follow the white feminist agenda. You know, and they follow them hook, line, and sinker. And the war is the white matriarchy versus the white patriarchy. So that, again, I can agree on the idea that there's a war between them, as we've been saying before Trump was elected. At least that's what I was saying. That these two ideologies have been clashing. These two groups have been clashing way before. A lot of people have been talking about it like this, but now everybody's talking about this male versus female. And again, what we do, we just copy them. We copy them. And I was talking to a dear brother, and he calls it what does he call them? The people who just basically, I can't remember what he calls it, but it's like there's no rules, sexually free. The sexually free, the morally free, I have no, say it again.
The sexually free?
Yeah. I mean, I can have sex with who I want to have sex with, how I want to have sex, how many people I want to have sex with. I don't need rules. It's my body.
Promiscuous. Got it.
Yeah, it's to me, it's very extreme. It becomes very extreme, and because men, and then they go, their thought is men have been doing it all the time. Okay, what'd you say about that? Your face was doing a whole little doop dop.
I mean, I agree. I mean, men do have the power. I think they have more power to play in that arena, but I think women have stepped in it, and they're stepping 10 toes down in it.
Tell me more.
I'm saying I think men have had the ability, because of course men don't get pregnant. They have the ability to be promiscuous and have been, and women now feel that they can emulate the same behaviors, and they've been pretty 10 toes down into being as free as they wanted to, as many partners or whatever they want to do also.
Yeah, I think the different. Yeah, I think the difference is like they're trying to sell this as even men. Like, I know we say men got to get away with a lot of things, right? And there's some truth to that, right?
Yeah.
But culturally, on a cultural surface level, it was never appropriate for men to just go out and sell their royal oats. What do they call it? Royal what?
Royal oats.
Oats. Just
sell your royal oats. Yes.
Yeah, it's just not.
You said that's
just,
not.
It wasn't acceptable in public, at least. Okay. You know, I mean, when we talk about these liberated people who saying they're liberated, they're going to do what they want to do because people, they know that they're just doing it, and they want to justify it because women are not. Davida Bradford says because women are not anatomically similar to men, we must take a different approach when we think about sex and intimacy. Help me out. Tell me out. What does that mean?
Listen, I'm gonna put the link in the chat. This system might need to come in.
No, Davida, call up.
Call up. Come in. Come see us.
Call up. Let's talk. I mean, and let's make sure we stay on the topic. On the topic, right? And because I've been actually trying to multitask. Say it again.
I said you brought in a sexual promiscuity.
Yeah, I've been trying to multitask, honestly, and get to this art. Okay, I think this. Oh no, this is not it.
So I'm gonna put in the link and I'm gonna put the number so you guys can call up.
You call in. You know, are you scared? are you afraid? And I think, this is not to make fun at people. We are afraid. But what I want to say is calm down. Because you got this. I want to say that's where they want you at.
Yep. Fair.
They want you where you are so that you can't plan, where you can't strategize, where you are arguing and fussing at people. I mean, literally, I'm telling you, my dear brother told me I will not be listening to you all in the foreseeable future because he thinks somehow Queen and I had something to do with Trump getting elected.
Like, whoa.
I mean, I like he didn't say that, but well, you're dealing with these third parties and
I said, like, whoa, like, really?
I mean, no, not us.
Not the 90-something million they said that stayed home. Not that. Not those.
Say it again.
Not the ones that stayed home. They said there was a significant portion of people that did not vote at all. So, but not them, but Queen and Da. Okay.
Queen and Da, right?
Yeah.
Not because of the reality is no one's blaming the system. They want to blame each other.
There you go.
Like no one's blaming people from being tired of told lies for years. Nobody's blaming this approach that was bound to create this type of response or reaction in the public. I've been telling people this for years. I've been telling
it has not been sustainable for a very long time, and it's not sustainable, and it's now crumbling. This is happening.
Yeah, I've been telling people this for a long time because what we've done is the oppressed, quote unquote, white matriarchy became really good oppressors. To when you couldn't say anything, nobody could have. You couldn't even have values anymore. You couldn't, it's not even popular in academia to say I have a value. I have to believe the way that you believe, but these are the people who say they espouse diversity and multicultural identity. The very people who say that they respect diversity didn't respect other people who struggle with their own values. So you have to agree with our values to let anything go. There's no rules. There's no need for culture. There's no need for you can't say this is everything is made up. I'm sorry. I mean, I understand constructivism, but I'm trying to say the word is twisting my tongue today. Constructivism, right? Okay. I understand the idea that the way that we perceive the world and the way that, it has a lot to do with what we see, what we experience, and all that type of thing. But there are some realities out here. You know what I mean? There's some realities. And I think that, and I knew that it was going to backfire. I've been telling people for years. It's not, you've been tap dancing on the white patriarch for a while. The white matriarch has been tap dancing on the white patriarch for a long time now. I mean, for some time now. And when I say white matriarch, I am talking about even our liberal black brothers and sisters. And to some degree, they're sickening. Just their catechisms, just their phrases, just their lack of black consciousness or identity, just their intersectional. I don't think there's a problem with intersectionality, but I think they abused it. They abused it, and they even use it against other people. They use it even against black men. Black men is, to some great degree, has become the oppressor by this very same group. So, I'm just saying, I want to hear my dear sister Davida speak about this sexual liberation, which I hold men and women accountable. We all need to be held accountable for where we put our pieces and who we allow to do things with us.
Yeah.
We have to be responsible.
And you transfer energy, fluids. You gotta be careful.
Energy and fluids.
More than that, but I mean energy and that's
But
important.
you say more than that.
Yeah.
You said perhaps it might even be you might catch something that you can't get rid of, huh?
You better know it. That's
So
some of that fluid you might not like.
You might need to get a big needle.
And you might don't catch it fast enough. The needle don't stop it. So you gotta be careful out here. And definitely the energy too. Energy is important, sharing yourself with someone else.
Yeah. Okay. I think I found it.
You found it?
Oh man. No, I didn't.
I had to get this constructivism going because I'm
what
like,
did
what
you
is
get out?
that?
You found it?
Yeah, I'm putting it in the chat because I'm like,
you
I want people to look it up. It said it's a pedagogy principle.
A pedagogy principle.
That's what it says.
Does it have more than that?
I think I'm trying to write with the gist of the paragraph. And you tell me what you think.
Family.
Says constructivism, constructing their understanding through experiences and social interaction, integrating new information with their existing knowledge.
So yeah. Okay, let's look at it. I don't know where you pulled this definition from, but
this is Wikipedia.
But essentially, you have it here. Constructivism, constructing their understanding through experiences and social interaction, integrating new information with their existing knowledge. So, I mean, I think that this might be a little specific to something, but this is a constructivist approach, what you have here, right?
Yeah, it's more of an approach when it's in education.
It's more about lived experiences than actual data. It's about and so constructivism, this is where you will get ideas of there's no such thing as, and it's true to a degree, but it's not totally true. It's like where you'll get where race is a social construct, right?
She's trying to call, but she says it's not working. She said she was calling, but it's not working.
Oh, she tried to call?
Yeah.
Oh, I probably didn't.
The link is in the chat too, Mr. Vita.
I probably didn't, probably wasn't looking. So when she said it's not working, what are
the problems?
Yeah, what is the actual problem?
I put the link in the chat too.
Yeah, we want to make sure the phone worked too, Queen, though. So
we do.
So yeah, so it's where we get these different ideas of social constructs, and things are socially constructed to some degree, but there's also biology. And this is where you get a major fight between these two different types of groups of people who think. Literally, that's where you have the debate of, some people say race is a biological reality. Some people say it's not. I think it's just depending on what you mean by what you're saying. Because literally, if you're saying race is a hue or a color, then I get what you're saying. There is a biological means to why some people are darker or lighter, but that is not what race is. That's not how it was constructed.
No, it wasn't constructed on that.
But when you go deeper into these conversations, we're talking about whether you are male or female. You understand? We're talking about whether you are, if there's any biological support for you being a male, a woman, or a man. So some people would say that's just a social construct. Others will argue that it's not. Constructivists will say that is something that we socially agreed upon, and I don't, and not everybody wants to fit in these categories or what have you. Some constructivists, I don't think everybody is pure as that, but constructivists look at things as if there's many times no biological basis to it, to some of the ideas and thoughts and things that we or my lived experience is more important than the data. And a lot of us in our communities, we live by that.
Yeah, we live by that.
Yeah, I think we live and die by it. I think that there's a need for both approaches, But what I am saying is this is why you're hearing with Trump and them, they're trying to get rid of anything that they feel is under that type of umbrella. Race, critical race theory, LGBTQ plus, what is it called? The transgender, all this type of thing. It's a ADT number. Is it the wrong number?
That's what I want to know. I want you to see that.
Is it the wrong number? Huh?
It says security. She says it's ADT security.
Oh, well, yeah, is that
878. Oh, I might have put the wrong number in the. I'm wrong.
Okay. I can look the number up, but go ahead, Queen. Talk while I fix a few things here.
I put the wrong number. I did put the wrong. It's 878. So pardon me. So the number, guys, as you call in is 410-878-2071. So this is something new we're trying. So please.
No, we're not trying. We're going to perfect it.
Yeah, we're going to perfect it. So we're perfecting. So we want you to come in. So it's 878, Sister Davida. 2071. I put 828. Pardon me. That is ADT. Call security, sis.
But what was you thinking about? You had to get just your alarm system right because we're in the time of Trump.
You better know it. You better know it. So try again, guys.
So yeah, I didn't got off my thing, and
I also looked up social constructivism. It says it recognizes and embraces
just researching over there, huh?
Yeah, I wanted because that's a when they get like 2 and 4 syllables, I gotta walk them down. So I'm trying to say I thought it was something like you're constructing something in your mind, but what you said about the Black community, like we live and die with, even though things are certain ways, but our lived experience is everything.
And you see here, social constructivism recognizes and embraces the individuality and complexity of each learner. Is this her caller?
Probably. You tell me. Can you put it in?
All right, go ahead and talk.
So you said something about the Black community and how we gauge constructivism. I think that's the word, and how our lived experiences trump data and trump whatever anyone's saying, because I think we got a tough lived experience, and it varies, and sometimes it's traumatizing, and so trauma tends to stay with you longer than good times, and so
can you hear her?
Hey,
you can hear?
I can hear you.
Hey, yes. Miss Davida.
Oh, she can hear you, Miss Davida. What it is?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Thanks for being our first caller. Thanks for we try and get this thing.
I wish
together.
I had some claps on my mixer. You're the first caller.
I understand.
Yeah, we're trying to get it together. So we thank you for calling in, and Sister Queen is being a scholar over here. Do you want to finish being a scholar, or do you want to talk to Sister Davida?
No, I was trying to help her, but I really want to kind of hone into that point of how Black people on our lived experience is so important to us, because it's been traumatizing, and so whatever someone comes with data or they say this and that, we still roll with that lived experience. It's very important. So I love what you said about that.
Oh yeah, it's even last week when you and Proper were on the show. Me and brother Akil Parker is going to do a show on the need for having a data driven understanding or approach. You and Proper last week when I was speaking about the need to look at statistics in a more nuanced manner, it was a bit of a struggle. And at some points, my man Papa, my cousin, he was like, I don't need to look at it. I don't care. They all did it. So it's just like, well, not sure. But the data doesn't even support the argument or the fear. We're beating up on Mexicans, quote unquote. And then when you really parse the data out, Americans did not vote at higher numbers. They voted for higher numbers for Kamala. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Sister Davida, welcome to the show. Let's talk.
Well, thank you for having me.
We thank you for joining. Now I don't know how to hang up on you if you get out of pocket. I don't know how to hang up on you yet. If you get out of pocket, I was trying. I'm like, hold on. I'm looking at this mixer, like, hold up, Sister Davida. But go, Sister Davida. So how can we help you today?
Well, I was just listening, to your topic, and I think we got a little off track. And one of the comments I made was about, the woman and the man being, just being built different. So although we might want to stand on the same platform and do the same things, like we are women, and we unfortunately have to stand on that. So it doesn't necessarily mean that we can't hold the same position. We can't make the same money. We can't make the same job.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, a bedroom is a bedroom and a kitchen is a kitchen. Even if you eat in your bedroom, it's still a bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, women, we have to be that woman. And anatomically, that's who we are. Like we say, men can't bear children. So, not to stay off the subject, but men, sexual organ is on the outside and ours on the inside. So, people come in the house and say, take your shoes off, wipe your shoes off on the rug, because we don't want the inside to look like the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a reason for us being built that way. So if the man chooses, not that it's right or wrong, if they choose to behave in a manner that is what my grandmother would say, loose. You want to be loose? Then let them be loose. We don't then counteract that and say, well, I can be looser.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we want to challenge them in something, let it be something of substance. Oh, you got a degree, I can get 2 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
It's a language, I can learn 2 different languages. So let's challenge them in something of substance and not something that's so, what I would say, meaningless as sex. Because anybody can have sex. Birds can do that.
So grimy, just grimy.
We, and I would say women or people in general, are quick to jump at something that has no weight to it, like sex, because anybody can have sex, anybody can have kids. But let's stand on something more firm and challenge in other strong ways, as opposed to picking something that's just so trivial and minute. It lasts about a second. You bust a nut, then what? What you got after that?
Dang, only a second though.
That's fine. I mean, that's getting more time than they need.
All right, Sister Davida.
So we can get off of that and we can talk about Trump and this mess that he's causing. So one of the things you said about the system, people want to fight us as opposed to system. The system is made up of us. It may not be as much of us in the system to fight for us, but I say us, I mean, it's people that make up the system. So we have to, and I say we, people, colored folk, black folk, or however you want to call us, we have to see past our nose. Some people, if it's past our nose, it doesn't concern us. It doesn't hit our household. But now the moves that Trump making is hitting everyone's household. We've been in dire straits before. We've shared homes with cousins, and when I was growing up, we all lived under the same roof. Me, my cousins, my aunts, all of us was under the same roof. So we know how to come together, live, and survive. Our counterparts, they don't know how to do that. Years ago when the guy killed his whole family in Tulsa, when he got the daughter out of school, drove down from another state because he lost his IT job. You take the whole family out? So I just think that we adapt differently. I think that we can, carry the world differently than they can. And, being oppressed because we have been for so long isn't going to, it may change us, but it won't break us.
Okay. I mean, if I can respond to the idea that we are made up, the system is made up of people, I would say I agree with that, but the reality is my what I'm trying to point out is you're fighting the wrong person, buddy. You're fighting me because I'm shedding light on the system versus the system. You want to say because because I did not agree to vote for either Kamala or Trump, that somehow we are the problem.
Oh no, not at all.
So
they fight you because it's easier,
and that's what I'm talking about. Because and somehow that we in this moment we're fighting people also around us because we are just afraid, and like you said, because it's easier. So now we're just frustrated. We're scared. So now we want to fight men. We want to fight Mexicans. We want to fight everybody,
right?
Besides the very system itself. You know what I mean? So we want to fight. We're looking for anybody that's easy to fight, as you said. You know what I mean? So again, I don't care about all the Latino. Look, you're misreading data. You're misreading statistics. Listen sometimes, goddammit. I mean, like, listen. I mean, literally, for real. Listen. I mean, how many statistical classes did I take and you want to argue with me about it? Why? Why do we do that? You didn't you probably didn't even take stats 101 yet. But so what I'm saying is you don't even understand stats, but you want to sit here and argue with me. Queen, like, why you do that? But look, what I'm saying is the reality is if we don't understand and we know somebody who has done some things, stop fighting with them. Ask a question. Ask a question, because we don't understand how stats are being weaponized against us. Because they know that we don't understand stats. Even the fact that we say that, most black men are doing, black women are even led to believe that black men are doing so much bad things. I've sat here on this show and showed people before the election, during the election, during the campaigning, that black men and black women were relatively same in their position about brown versus board education. And people are wowed by that. Because we don't read statistics. We don't understand things, look at things from a scientific perspective. But they know that. So they utilize this against us. None of us are asking about the group. What group of Latinos? So who were the Latinos? Nobody, I just don't care. Any of them. All of them. So all of them? Okay, even the Haitian brothers and sisters? I bet you didn't even know they were considered Latino, first of all. Right. So what I'm saying is sometimes we need to humble ourselves, especially as conspiracy theorists.
A lot of times we need to humble ourselves. Absolutely.
Dr. Amos Wilson, I was listening to something Dr. Amos Wilson said. Dr. Amos Wilson said, the thing is, the system is so intelligent that it'll have those people in our community fighting those who went to school to learn the thing and who are actively fighting against the thing because he or she went to school and is fighting the thing. No, he said it much better. But what I'm saying is, and we don't know how to differentiate between those who really mean us well, and those who are still blind, or those who are still tied to the system. The very fact that there's so many people out here that we the very fact that Democrats are very quiet right now should be
Is it? Man, listen, I said the same thing. Yeah,
they ain't fighting. In fact,
we haven't seen Kamala one time. We haven't seen Kamala yet.
You were fighting for me, and now you running. You ain't say nothing else. All it was for a vote. Get up and fight. Freedom. Fight now. Get on the front line. Fight. Talk out. Speak out. Inspire people to fight against it. And I'm suggesting we do fight against it. But the problem is we got to fight both sides.
We're ready to fight both sides because they closed TikTok. So.
Say again, we was about to fight both sides because of TikTok.
Right. They made an uproar about TikTok.
You better believe.
What about the civil rights they taking from us?
That was a distraction.
No.
TikTok was a distraction so they could get it to get in, and because you look, the next day it was right back up.
For your civil rights.
You say TikTok was a distraction, Queen?
And that was all a distraction.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, it was a distraction.
You can't tell me you're going to take something away and bring it right back and then don't talk about it again.
That's what she said. Absolutely.
Oh, you can't hear Queen?
Oh,
Oh, you can't. She can't hear you, Queen.
Oh, she can't hear me. Oh, okay.
Hold on. You couldn't hear Queen at all today?
No.
Oh,
Oh, wow. Okay.
we gotta figure that one out.
We're gonna figure that out. Mm-hmm.
Well, Queen was saying that basically TikTok was a distraction.
I believe TikTok was that. So something is telling me, and God, for those people who have lost their lives in that plane crash, I think that was a distraction. Fires in California is a distraction. Not, I shouldn't pay attention to those things, absolutely, because I don't. I got the alert on my phone that it was a plane crash. The date said 1:30 at 9 something in the evening, and it's 9. And I mean, people can type and like that and make it. I just think it was the timing, just like they said, 9/11 was this and that. I think the things that are happening now are distractions from what would, so that we can focus our attention on those things, take our attention off of other things, and then we are blindsided because we are only paying attention to the one thing. Collectively, as people, even those people who, well, so I had a conversation with someone. I said, "Listen, you want to support?"
Can you hear her still? Let me ask you, Sister Davitra. I think I'm saying your name, Davita. Can you hear Queen now? Go ahead, Queen. Oh, she can't hear you for sure. Because I can't hear you, Queen.
Can you hear me?
No, she can't. I don't think she can hear you. No. We'll figure that out later. Okay. Thank
you. I can't.
Okay.
That's okay.
We'll figure it out. This is our call-in number, guys.
Who you support. We are not going to agree on everything, and we're not supposed to. That's how things grow, and we learn things, and we matriculate through life. If everyone's seeing everything the same, we would all be driving Toyotas. So we have to expect different. But when it's a line that just shouldn't be crossed, and those things, it's the disrespectful line. Trump and his a lot of his supporters, they hate us so much that everything else that he's done doesn't matter. So they don't care that he's a rapist and he's this and he's that. The fact that he hates us trumps the fact that he's doing so many other things wrong. So race wins because it's what this country was built on, despite the fact that we built this country. So because they hate us so much, because they despise us so much, who cares about everything else that he's doing? As long as he's against us, we're with him. And for those of us who support him, I think they thought that when the hammer came down, that they wasn't going to be affected. So I'm going to support the person who is tearing us down so that I won't get tore all the way down. And now he's tearing everybody down.
Yeah.
So even in the midst of the Trump supporters who are now feeling the wrath of Trump, you have to hold on to one branch before you let go of the other. With that being said, you might need to, when the riots in LA happened, you had the Crips and the Bloods and everyone else holding hands in unity. We can hold hands in unity and not agree on a lot of things to make this place better. And that's where we are right now.
But
that's where we are.
I think the struggle becomes, though, I think part of the struggle is that we have to at least agree on some fundamental things. And because we don't agree on fundamental things, that becomes a struggle. Like the way I look at it.
I think that we agree on fundamental things. I just think that they hate us so much that fundamentally they don't want to agree.
Davida, why you cut me off?
I'm sorry.
Let me do my talk. Look, no, you just made an opportunity for me to have a little fun. That's all. So, Davida, there's two things I don't think we agree on. I think that most of us are really happy about maybe the few people who we see in these so-called seats of power that represent us, who still are trying to maintain this system, which is on its way potentially out at some point. And maybe if it's not on its way out, it needs to go out. And so I think there's, okay, those of us who want to do our best to operate within the system and get what we get. And then those of us who say, well, you know what, this system will never serve us. But those of us who continue to try to do it inside the system differ with those who say, you know what, this system needs to burn. Hence, then we link up and we're saying, well, what we need is more food stamps. And they're like, look, food stamps are good and all, but we need to really, some others are like, we need to destroy some stuff. So it's like, and then they're calling each other crazy, and perhaps both are needed. You gone?
No, I'm here. I'm listening.
I'm done. I'm just responding to you.
Okay. And I agree. I agree with some of that, absolutely. But I think that the only thing, I'm not going to say the only thing, the major thing of separation is just race. They want this country to move ahead. They want this country to do whatever they wanted to do just without us. So they want better school systems, yes, they just don't want it with us. So it's a lot of things that we agree on because we all want better schools.
Again?
We all want better jobs.
You didn't turn. Okay. You from Baltimore?
I am, very much so.
You didn't turned up the Baltimore speed on me. I can't follow you. I'm from Baltimore too, so
did I?
Yeah, you started going in. So what you say they do agree on what again?
So I'm saying they want us, like we want better school system, and so do they. We want better paying jobs as well as they do. We want this country to move ahead, so that they just don't want it for us. So it's the race.
Who is they? Who is they and us?
I'm talking, okay, the black, the brown people, the minorities, as they would say, even though the immigrants, you know what I mean? They are immigrants as well. I don't know why they thought they were here when they weren't. The white people, they want the same that we want.
I'm not talking about white people, though.
We want better paying.
We ain't talking about white people right now.
Who are you talking about?
We talking about us.
Who are you talking about?
Black people.
Right. What? Okay.
I'm saying that there's some.
Well, I'm sorry, maybe I was a little confused.
There's right. You can count the white folk in too, but for this sake of this conversation, those of us that really understand that we'll never ever be able to build anything sustainable or beneficial in the way that the system is currently structured, and then those of us who believe that we can build within the system. If you don't kind of resolve those two opposing views, or they don't think they have to be opposing, but if we don't come to some kind of resolution about how that is to be done, like some people, all they want to do is keep the status quo, and then there's other people who are like, as long as I can get some riches. But the reality is that the system itself is. Queen, you got to say something. She can't even hear you. But so the reality is, though, that most people, so other people don't agree with that approach. They don't believe that you can build within this system. They don't believe that as much as you build in the system, there's always going to be this time where someone like a Trump comes around and wipes all of what you think was advancement out.
Right.
So the system is structured mostly race, class, then we got gender, right? But the primary structuring mechanism in this country is race and racism,
right?
So and that is built within the system. That is in all the ways that we exist. That's inside of people, as you say, right? But the reality is, even if they give it to us, quote unquote, has it really served us? One. And two, when they take it away, you can take it away.
Right.
You can take it away. And you're the one who grants it and can take it. It's like your mother. I brought you in this world and I can take you out of this world. Daddy can get mad whenever he wants to. I can I brought you in this world. I can take you out of this world. I gave you DEI. I can take DEI.
Right.
But I also can. I know she can't hear me.
Right.
The Vita Queen is about to say something like.
I know she can't hear me, and I'm pardon, but we're gonna fix that. But I think also as Black people, we kind of are think everything revolves around our plight, and that Europeans are always focusing on keeping us in a place.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're more focused on control and power, and control and power is suppression, and that can be the white woman, that can be Mexicans, that can be Black people, that can be a plethora of people. But long as the white male has pure dominance, control, power, and cash and money. And so I think with that, those suppressions definitely hit us because we don't have a lot of power. But I think a lot of times we think they're sitting around saying, "Oh, we got to keep these Black people in their place." But if you're controlling certain things, we'll be placated. We'll be in our place anyway. So I think a lot of times we have to think about that. Is that I don't think a lot of times things are being contrived just to hold us down. It's for total control and total power over everyone. And I think a lot of times because we've been so suppressed for so long, we kind of put ourselves at the forefront of what white people
I was
do.
hearing her a little bit.
You were hearing a little bit. You say.
You see what I'm saying?
I was hearing her like in the background talking.
Yeah, I was trying to take it
I
off.
couldn't make out everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
so the Vita was a blessing. You can chime back in if you want to, call back in, but you probably want to go and listen and come back if you feel free to. Thanks for joining us.
I did.
All right. Take care.
Okay. Sure. Thank you for having me.
All right. Well,
so I'm gonna try to. Well, I don't want her to have to go back and hear what I said, but I think I want to say that sometimes I think a lot of times we're looking at this thing black and white. And I heard Umar say something today. He said Black people are serious about money and white people are serious about power. And I think that power and control is their ultimate movement for white males who run this country, and that it suppresses everyone. But we've kind of put ourselves at the forefront of that suppression because we've been the guinea pig of it. So I think a lot of times their policies, their movements is for total control of everything. And that suppresses everyone, including their wives and mothers to a point.
I heard that statement from Brother Umar.
You heard that today?
Not
I
today.
saw it on
I heard it probably a few weeks ago.
Okay.
That Black people are serious about money.
Yeah.
And then white people are serious about power.
Because he said that racism doesn't matter when capitalism comes in the door. And he said, well, racism created capitalism.
That's a debate on that, but
so that's debatable also.
Yeah, that's debatable, right? But I do get what he's saying holistically. And I agree that I'm not sure if white people are any more as a whole so serious about. I mean, it's easy to say that white people are more or less serious about power. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I do get I do get it.
Well, I see. Well, what they're doing is for power. What Trump and his boys is doing is a power move.
Miss Queen, let me finish talking.
Okay, pardon me.
So I think the reason why I say that, because again, are you talking about the masses of white people, or are you talking about the white people who actually are the power brokers?
I'm talking about the policy folks. Those are the ones who are controlling our outcomes.
I don't know if there's anything that can say that there's not as many Black people that's willing to actually be serious about power. Now, I would say the masses of Black people and white people perhaps don't understand power and and I'm talking about in this country, and feel that they're just trying to be a part of what's already there. Most people aren't trying to be power brokers. That's a fact. So that's why I can agree with them. I'm not sure whether or not I just don't know how he quantifies the fact that more white people are serious about power than black people. But it may perhaps maybe can. I think you can think of some things like perhaps some people think we're more forgiving and we're trying to be friendly and hold your hands and all that type of thing. And we're trying to be friends with you. And actually what you're trying to do is like stay in power. I think black people are just confused. I mean, not just black people. I think we're confused about what power is. I don't know if it's like, I think if we understood power, then we would be more likely to. I think it just has to be fleshed out. I don't know. I think even our own political folk, this is what we speak about. You know, we speak about the Black Power movement. We speak about the Black Power. Again, the Black Power movement, the Black Power time frame. I don't know.
But weren't the Black Power movement, wasn't it mostly squashed because it was getting powerful, and the established felt that it was, a major problem, so they had to go after it and get rid of it.
I'm not sure if that means that black people aren't serious about power, though.
No, I don't think that.
Yeah, or less serious or more serious or what have you. I'm not sure if that. I don't know if that's. But I do understand it, though. I think that what I think he's saying is that we have to be more serious and actually more educated on the difference between money and power. And a lot of us aren't. I think that's what he's saying in his own way. And I agree with that. We have to be serious to know the difference between a paycheck or a position, or becoming a celebrity, and then also controlling. I agree with that. But I still also think it's a fight. I think there's many black people that want the power, in fact, want to change places with them. But I don't think I don't think Joe Buck in Western Pennsylvania is literally any more educated about power than the average black guy that you find in another region of the country. I just don't think so. In fact, if they were more serious about power, they would stop being oppressed themselves. They would be fighting the oppression themselves. And some of them are. In fact, that's what the people who follow Trump are doing. They believe that they've been oppressed. And so they're now trying to stand up against the system.
Okay. But I think a lot of times we tend to think that the European is focusing on putting pressure on us. I think that is, and it is, I thought it is some of their policy movements and some of their movements, but I think more than anything, they're trying to definitely always have power and control.
The Europeans.
Well, these policymakers that I see now, Trump and his crew, they're all white boys. They're all Europeans. So that's why I call them Europeans.
Oh, so you're talking about Trump and his boys. You're not talking about the average white guy in society.
No, I'm talking about the policymakers. When she's saying, when we really say us and them, it's got to be the policymaker. I mean, like you said, Joe Buck in Pennsylvania, they're not really holding us down. They're trying to hold their space and get space too. We're all in the same bucket, more or less. I'm talking about these policymakers that we see in place now. These billionaires that are in place, and Trump's cabinet and the way that they're moving. It shows that these are power moves and control moves. So I think they're always trying to procure power and control.
I think they're
All
also
the time.
scare tactics.
Too. Yeah.
I mean, I think we need to educate ourselves. Even if we're going to operate within the system, right, within some first order type of change, or I think we really need to know what Trump can and cannot do.
Yeah.
I think as long as something is stated, we just think, oh, look, they're doing this to us, and think there's no recourse.
But if he has the House, the Senate, and he has every branch of government and judicial, he could do a lot. He could do a lot
Doesn't
of
mean
damage.
that everything is going to happen and everybody's a fool.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they have control of all the branches of government.
No, but
And so this is a perfect storm to pick up a lot of change a lot of things.
Executive orders and how people are so afraid because
the executive orders.
He's just writing these executive orders, and they're like, it's law now, and so it's putting us in a hysterical state. And I think it's important to understand the process.
I think that's intentional too. Yeah.
Especially if you are a part of this, you agree with this system. So if you agree with this system and you think this system is the best system, I think we should know it. Huh?
Yeah. If you think it's the best in the world, you should know about it, right?
Right. And if this democracy is the best, and this is not a kingdom, then you should trust it. All three branches.
Ooh.
I mean, you should trust it because this is democracy at this point, right? I mean, Trump didn't overthrow democracy.
Oh, that's saying a lot. I don't think people trust it. I don't think they even understand it.
Yeah. He I mean, I guess January the 6th, something happened, and they say he was overthrowing democracy. But now, what do they say now? He got elected.
Mm-hmm.
And he was elected by the majority even.
Yeah.
So what do you say now? This is the very democracy you've been protecting. Like,
yeah.
And now you just want to blame things on people, and we're afraid about the system that we believe works. We know it doesn't work.
Well, we participate and we believe it works.
Well, it works at continually keeping a certain group of people in power. And I'm going to say it's not per se the elected officials. He happened just to bring a lot of power brokers inside.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the typical cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a typical cabinet.
Yeah, it's his choice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He brought a bunch of, I don't even know these people. The Looney Tunes. Yeah. He brought a lot of people in. Everybody knows Elon Musk, and he brought, a few business type folk in there.
Some money makers, so they're going to do things to make money. That's what I think.
Yeah. So are
control, all of that?
Are they really fighting for anybody besides they really
themselves?
They're trying. Like Trump is really trying to say, well, big government is not our solution. A lot of people don't believe in big government.
So then, what is the solution then? So I hear what he's saying, but I've never heard the alternative. So what is it? To cut it all? And just let people do what they do. What
they're trying to say? Put it back in the hands of the states and the people.
We did that before.
When did we do that?
Before we had this this huge federal government, we had state government. State government had most. That's where the problems were. The federal government had to come in and do all and make real laws federally because the states was crazy. Abortion. Guns, all of that. Education.
The states still have somebody was calling. So family, bear with us today as we are definitely can you hear that?
I sure can.
We are definitely trying to get the hold of this technology here today. I know we're moving a little slower than normal,
Yeah,
Peace and power. Did someone call in to Doc in the Box?
I did. This is Erica from San Francisco, my homegirl queen.
Erica
Hey,
from
Sister
Probably can't
E.
hear me.
Yeah,
How
she
you
can hear
doing
you.
on the left coast?
Oh, this is Hotel California.
Yeah, that's her.
California.
Mm-hmm.
California.
Knows how to party.
So blessings. You can't hear Queen, but go ahead and drop some jewels.
I was just saying, what did Michael Jackson tell us? All I want to say is they don't really care about us. Like, people have been saying that. Marvin Gaye, what's going on? People have been saying that. And I feel like at this point, I'm tired and I'm exhausted. And I shouldn't be, because we're supposed to have the spirit to keep going. But it's just like, how do you see this kind of stuff and then wake up and just act normal the next day?
Mm-hmm.
I was even telling Queen, like, I work in the Tenderloin, the Skid Row of San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, is everybody else doing it? How is everybody else walking over these bodies, walking over these needles, just acting like it's normal? This is not normal. And I feel like it's the same thing with this new administration. This is not normal. And it should not be business as normal. Like, things got to change. So I just want to say that.
Queen?
Queen,
can you hear me?
I can. Can she hear me? Can you hear me,
I
Sister
think she
E?
might can hear a little bit because can you hear Queen?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, listen, I don't think we are in any normalized situation. I think normality breeds structure, it breeds unification, it breeds the things that they don't want, or that the power brokers don't want. I think this chaos that we see, and this amount of frenzy over federal policy and these things it's intentional to keep us in a fearful state, to keep us very chaotic. So I think when you get into a normal place, you tend to be, work with your discipline, start building, and that's not what the answer is. You can't control builders. You can control a bunch of chaotic people, because there's no synergy there. There's no connection. So I think what we're seeing is intentional, but we're taking it as it's not normal, but it's an intentional space to me. Now I might be wrong, but I think this is how these guys work.
So you say is normal, huh, Queen?
It's power normal. Because usually when you go into a space that
I'm trying to do this thing up. Pardon. Can you hear me, Queen?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Now say something, Sister Hotel. Can you still hear Queen? Say something.
Yeah, she's a little low, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you hear her now?
But,
No, say something, Queen.
What I wanted to say too, that line from The Color Purple where they said, "Until you do right by me, everything you think about gonna fail." And my whole thing is the way this country was established was wrong. They stole it. We already know this. So it's just like, and they've never really atoned for it. So, I mean, it's just going to fail, And I hate to be negative, but I'm trying to, find a positive, but truer lines were never spoken. Until you do right by us, everything you think about going to fail.
It's just the Hotel.
Yes.
You much more articulate when you call in.
Oh,
I don't need you typing no more.
He's coming for you.
He a mess. See, I'm gonna come to Boston.
Coming for you, Sister E.
I'm gonna start swinging. No,
hey, your fingers don't do you no justice, young lady. Your fingers don't do you no justice. Listen to you over here. I want to keep you on here. Look, keep talking.
She's my girl. She's my girl. Trust me.
It's true. It's like, they didn't put these people on reservations, and alcoholism is through the roof, and suicide is through the roof, and they've not atoned for that. So,
Facts.
I think they got the president they deserve, because everybody feeling the wrath now.
I think we all deserve him, though.
We have to feel something, though. You know what I mean? Like we all are living, as you say, we all living on a lie. We're on grounds that never, there's never been any what's the word you said earlier? I can't think of the term, but there's atonement. Yes, never, ever. And we are even forgetting about those very people many days. You know what I mean? And
That's it.
And even the atonement for all the things that have happened to us and our ancestors, and I mean and they are our ancestors as well. So the thing is, there's never been any atonement for any of that, and we're living in a lie. We're living in a system that we're going to have to feel some things. I'm sorry. I was doing a presentation the other day at TNAT, which is broadcasted live here at Black Box Radio on Sundays at 1 p.m. And I was speaking about, I'm trying to give the plug and I forgot what I was going to say. Hey, so, man, lost it.
You said you was giving a presentation at TNET, and we were talking about they've never atoned for any of their movements in this country. We're living a lie, and we act like this is real, and we continue to move forward, and it's a lie.
Yeah, I can't bring it back. The technology is throwing me off.
All right, so you can't get it back.
Listen to you, it's not popping over here. Just to let you know, okay. But nonetheless, yeah.
So let me ask you a question, then, Doc. How do we fight this system? So we see a system that we just talked about. It's non-atoning, it's non-repair, it is always take, it is malicious, it's chaotic. It has everything negative that we live in, and we act like it's not happening. We act like this is regular. Even they say that that's not normal. We're acting like it's normal also. So we're performing in the system. How do we fight a system that we're partners in, actually, literally?
As my dear sister Davida is saying, that's what I was saying, alluding to. She said it's already failing.
I agree.
You can't, when you build on a rocky foundation, and the people will get tired, and people are getting tired. I think we are, as our elders, sometimes one of my dear elders often says, Babylon is falling.
Yeah.
And, sometimes I'm like, y'all been saying that for 50 years, but
we see it now.
Yeah. There's a lot of things going on around the world.
Even Africa is really rattling the cages on the Western.
People are tired. When people are sick and tired of being sick and tired, as who said that, y'all? Was it Fannie Lou Hamer?
Oh, Fannie said that. I don't know.
People are sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah. And she was sick and tired back in the day. So we
will fight back, and people are fighting back.
Yeah.
And it is,
Fannie Lou Hamer.
Okay. What, you Googled it?
Yep.
Thank you, fact check.
Technology is not always bad.
Yeah. It is, everything, there's a little good in all things is bad though.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, cocaine feel good.
Tell us about it. Shoot.
I never tried it, but I just know it feels so good. I don't ever want to touch it.
Stupid.
Say it again.
You crazy.
You know how it is. If it feels better than sex, we can't even keep our sexual appetite together. Look, if
cocaine better than that.
Feel like that times 3,000. Like, okay,
really? Well, I need to leave that alone.
I can't even put down sugar, so I'm not gonna.
No cocaine, baby.
I'm sorry, huh?
No cocaine, then, baby. If it's 3 times better than sex, you better leave that thing alone.
3 times? They talking about 3 times, 3,000 times or something.
Whoa, cocaine, good, baby.
And then, as we
go ahead, sister.
Sorry to cut y'all off, but even think about that. I mean, imagine where I work, where they mixing stuff with fentanyl that just got them so gone. So I'm like, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh yeah, I thought you were going to help us bring it back on track, but the fret is real.
Sorry.
No. You just jumped in there with us in the pen. That's all. You just jumped in the pen with us. We just flowing today, family. Give us some likes, give us some shares. We flowing today. We're gonna get this technology down and a little bit better.
That's right. We're introducing a call in. We growing. Listen, work with us.
Yeah, and you see the call in, the power it brings, right? If we had it right, because you get people to call in, it won't come in on that link.
Yep.
See the sisters. See the sisters.
Because
See the
Sister
sisters.
E
group,
never
they
came
want
in.
the
You put
link.
that call in there, baby.
We got hotel in the house. You know what I mean?
Got a
So look,
hotel.
I know. Can you believe that? I don't never even want to come on or call in, but
Yeah, but yeah, and it's like 8 o'clock over there, right?
And the phone number did make it a little bit more secure. See, people feel secure with that phone number. It's old school, like mama's house.
True. Yeah,
that's so true. Yeah,
you said true.
And
Yeah.
but that's another thing I wanted to say too. Like, despite all the chaos, and I get it, but I appreciate safe spaces like this where we can express ourselves. So I want to just thank you and Queen and Doc, because he tightened things up, but it's like hard to communicate. But this has always been a safe space, and so I just want to thank you guys for that.
Oh, okay.
That's
Look at you.
Look
Can
at
you.
She's showing out, ain't she, Doc?
Look, she all nice on the phone. Don't you ever type another thing in the chat. I'm messing with you.
I still can't hear Queen well, but that's okay.
Hold on, let me see if I can get her up a little bit. Say something, Queen.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, sis?
It's like you're going like you'll be okay, and then it goes really, really low. It's back and forth, back and forth.
Back and forth. We're gonna fix it. Don't worry, we're gonna fix it. Because this call in is gonna give us it's gonna be a better space. We're gonna make this a digital healing hour for sure when we get this call in together. But we're gonna get it better. We're gonna definitely get it better. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know how Doll is. I want him to be like, you cut me off. But it's like I can't hit, y'all break in and out.
I like to tell people they cut me off. And don't worry about that.
He says it all the time. He gets
don't fight when I come to Baltimore.
That's fun. What she say? Don't fight nobody from Baltimore.
I said we gonna fight when I come to Baltimore.
Oh, we're gonna fight. Oh, you must have even heard. You must ain't heard about Baltimore. You in the LBC or something?
Yeah. That's it. I'm in San Francisco, so
Oh, okay.
We all love and peace here, but
y'all bougie.
It's a mess.
Are you eating tofu and crackers?
Who, me?
You're in the liberal city.
Oh yeah, no, they ain't gonna get me on that tofu. I'll order catfish today.
I'm the tofu guy, but you in California.
I'm gonna pray for you.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't do no tofu.
I think I'm about to start. Queen gonna be Queen. I think I'm gonna implement fish back in my diet. Queen.
Real?
Beans cause me some. They don't. They start. Look, somebody told me I'm getting older. I'm just trying to tell you nighttime is hard to sleep. That's all I will say.
I don't do a lot of beans. I do a lot of greens and fruit and vegetables.
Those foliage. Oh boy.
All of that make you hot, eh?
It can give you, it can cause some things to happen.
Yeah, gas crisis.
Yeah, so and it goes both ways.
Well, I do fish, so
So
I got to be able to, being a vegan, you got to kind of weigh what's best for you. But definitely, sometimes you need a little something other than foliage and beans and
but really just moderating. But nonetheless. Queen, what we going to do with this technology today? Hotel, you done? You got something before you roll?
No, I was going to let y'all go. Let y'all do y'all thing. I just have to say those things. Just remember that word atonement. They have not done it.
All right. Well, thank you. They have not.
We also want to let me. Can you hear me?
You so low.
So low. Well, I just tell her thank you for being a loyal listener with us, and we appreciate it. And keep rolling with us. It's just gonna get better.
Okay. She said, keep rolling with us. She thank you for being a loyal listener.
LL.
It's just gonna keep getting better.
Okay. Well, I'll be here in the chat getting after you. So don't worry about it.
All right. Keep it up. Keep it up. I love it. It helps me when the real people are trying to come for me. You know what I mean?
Oh Lord, no, he didn't.
All right, have a good night.
All right, blessings.
Good night.
Okay, blessings. Bye.
Yeah, so that's
I think that's a good. I like the phone number thing.
Huh?
I like the phone number thing because people talk more on the phone than they're talking. They're coming on the link.
Yeah.
So again, tools. I was asking, what tools can we do to fight this system? The tools to fight the system and Trump. What are some of the tools? Let's give the people a little something before we get out of here.
Figure this out. All right. Can you hear me now, Queen?
I can.
All right. So what we'll do, Queen, is actually probably do some we'll do some stuff outside of this live to kind of get this thing together. But let me see if we can kind of bring this home a bit.
Let's drop some information on the people.
Those who have jumped out, who called in, let us test the line. Somebody else, y'all can call in again. I mean, some other people can call in, but
and if you're on Facebook, please move over to YouTube because we're gonna be just YouTube. So please, move over to YouTube. Please like, share, subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate you guys at Black Box Radio.
Well, you're just going to end it on the mouth.
It's gone.
Gone.
I'm removing Facebook. It's gone.
Okay, so that's what's up. So again, don't fret, fight the system, and Trump is the title today. And why is that important? That is important because what I have experienced so far is that people are really afraid. And I think they're afraid for good reason. Fear tells you something. Fear tells you that perhaps we need to do something. But my only concern is that you don't allow the fear overrides your ability to think and see what's really going on, or your ability to fight. You know, I would say don't fold, but fight. I think it's important that we fight. In fact, when you fight, you feel more empowered.
Yeah.
When you clam up, you become overwhelmed and you experience trauma. So the other part is, I think that we have to really learn to balance our emotions. We have to really learn how to balance those emotions. I put out a post the other day, and I think it was yesterday, and how it reads is, it says, stay mentally and emotionally balanced during this time. Stay mentally and emotionally balanced and build. Let me say that again. Stay mentally and emotionally balanced and build. So I think the question, the system is falling, is failing, is all. I mean, the system is failing. That, I think at this point in time, we can say that it's failing. So people are trying to do anything. They're going to extreme measures to do some things. I mean, I don't, I'm not trying to save the system. I'm not. I think the system has to fail. That has to be. There's going to be some discomfort. There's going to have to be some new ways of doing the thing. All that type of thing. Somebody's calling in. Is this hotel again? It's like it's. I think that's okay. You want me? Yeah. So I'm not trying to save this system, and I think that, and I understand why we want to hold on to a thing.
Yeah.
I do understand, because we don't want to feel that discomfort, and I think that's natural.
Yep.
I don't think we want to feel that discomfort, but quite like almost anything that is worth it, you have to go through something.
Yeah.
And I do think that perhaps there's a silver lining, I think they call it, beneath this thing. I do believe there's a silver lining, perhaps, beneath this. I believe that some things will be exposed. I think some things need to be exposed. I think I'm going to argue that things need to be exposed so that we can wake up.
Mm-hmm.
I think once we wake up and once we realize this is not a sustainable way of living and way of being, we will have no choice but to fight. And I said here, fight the system and Trump, because it's easy to say fight Trump, but I don't think Trump is the real problem. I think Trump is just another actor in the system. If Trump is no longer here, the system still maintains and it still goes on. Trump is trying his best to irritate the hell out of us. I mean, you just gotta understand who Trump is. He's a trickster. And there's tricksters in all types of societies. There's even myths about tricksters. Trump believes that Trump thinks he's the best businessman in the world, and he's making all types of deals. He's practicing psychology on you like none other. Trump wants to keep you afraid. He wants you to talk about him even. He loves to hear his name. He loves to hear people talk about him. He loves to hear people are afraid of him. He just loves it all. He loves to say, I'm going to just try and say, I don't know how this thing works. Let me just do it. Let me try. If it works, if it sticks, it sticks. If it doesn't stick, it doesn't. He doesn't really know. But what he does know is I'm not a punk. I'm not afraid. This is at least what I'm saying, how his mind operates. His mind operates that I'm not afraid. I'm going to do. None of this made me. I was already made before this.
Yeah.
And he feels invincible. And because he feels invincible and he has this seat, he's going to try things. To be honest with you, to be honest, we need somebody like a Trump on our side to fight hard like that.
Yep. Go hard.
So I understand why people, elected Trump. And to blame other people for was Kamala not being elected, I think is very immature. She wasn't getting in there. She wasn't. Queen said it. She was brave enough to say it. You know, I didn't want to hurt y'all hearts, believe it or not. I had a little hope, although I had a little hope. Hope, you never know. That's my scientific brain. I don't know. I don't know. Don't know. You know, I don't know. So I think again, we have to stop being even deluded by Trump and realizing there's a system in place that allows Trump to do what Trump is doing. And again, if you trust the system that you say that the three branches of government and all that, then you would trust things will work out. And then you also would know that there's going to be a fight in this system. I mean, I'm talking about even the system. Look, I think I trust the system that I don't agree with more than you do.
Wow.
I mean, and then you got to also understand other people. I mean, everybody's like, there's not everybody who's a Republican is not a Trump Republican. And some people think some of this stuff is crazy. In fact, I also believe the fact is that I think we give too much weight to this idea what DEI really has done for us.
Nothing.
I'm not going to say has done nothing for some of us on an individual level, but it damn sure ain't do nothing for us on a collective level.
No.
It allows some of us to get some jobs, some contracts, and then also aid in you being more dedicated to those contracts and those jobs than the collective group of people that you serve. Even when you look at today, when you looked at the last few days and you look at your main man, Kennedy, you see how strong this system is. He had to backpedal so much. He's like Queen's conspiracy friend. Hey, Queen, I don't know why my camera keep flickering.
Yeah, it is flickering, but I don't know what you talk about. I'm not
I
a
don't know why
conspiracy
y'all
theorist.
look, all these country folks, y'all should be agreeing with Kennedy at least. Y'all don't.
Nah, because some of his stuff is he says he equates this stuff to studies that was done in Poland on black people. Like what's the percentage of black people in Poland? So he equates these things to actual data.
I'm talking about fluoride in the water, the food being we're allowed in certain types of red dye in our foods, and all these other things. You know what I'm talking
about. The dye is a problem. That's just the issue.
You know, I mean, there will be we will learn some things over these next 3 to 4 years. We will learn some things. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
We will become politically stronger.
Yes.
Politically more intellectual, more knowledgeable. We will become
more self-sufficient too. We won't depend on these people as much. We got to stop it.
I believe we'll become more self-sufficient, and we have to build our own things and realize if we don't build our own things and support our own things, we won't have our own things, and people can come and do what they will with our whatevers. Exactly. A lot of us are hurting right now because a lot of these grants and all these different things that are funding our businesses and all those type of things. And believe me, all of us are connected some kind of way in some kind of web, if we know it or not. You know, he cut off Medicaid. He said he didn't mean it. You know, but now imagine. Now I take Medicaid. You dig? Now, so if you ask me, so why you not worried because you self-employed? I am. But I do take Medicaid. I do. Now, the reality is I take more than Medicaid, but Medicaid is a major part of my clients. And it's not just about what I can get, it's about my clients. Now, what would they do? Now, I'm the type of guy, I'm going to still have to see them. So yeah, I mean, this thing is, I'm not speaking as a person that this will not impact. I teach at a university. They say Pell Grants and all this stuff was cut off. You won't get that money no more. I mean, like there's a risk here. But I do think that we will learn that Trump is not as strong as he says he is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to keep it a buck. He is not as strong and as powerful as you think he is. And then you probably learn that you got some fight in you. Well, somebody got some fight in them. And then you will learn to exert yourself. You don't never know how strong you are until your back is against the wall. And your backs have not been against the wall.
Until you become a rat. I love it. Until you become a rat in the corner. You don't know how to fight your way out.
She said like a rat on a trap. I forgot who that was. It was that might have been. I always get the sisters a little confused. It's Shirley Chisholm and who said what? My Fannie Hamer, and then
powerful ladies.
Mary McLeod Bethune. So yeah, so I be when I'm not thinking sharply, I be getting their statements. But yeah, like our backs have to be against the wall. We're too comfortable in a delusion.
Yeah,
we're too comfortable in a lie. We're too comfortable in a land, as Sister California said, that there has been no atonement for the sins of this country. And this very country who has created probably the most sins is Austin. We think is the most pious.
Thank you.
I
said thank you. I'm agreeing.
Yeah, so let me go back to the statement again. Don't fret. Fight the system and Trump. Family, pull yourself together and know that you have some fight in you.
Mm-hmm.
Family, know that the system is inclusive of all of, like the sister said earlier, like we are people in the system. In order to fight the systems, we're going to have to change some of our behaviors, as Queen often talks about. Queen,
we have more power than we're using. We got to understand how powerful we are as taxpayers and the people. This government or nothing works without the people. And if the people get smarter and unify and understand that they have interest, and that Trump and his boys can't do anything if the people won't allow them. You can't stay settled anymore. You got to fight.
I think the jig is going to be up, even with their constituency.
Yep.
They're going to realize they weren't for them.
Yeah.
They're going to realize that.
You see these Mexicans crying on the internet. They're crying. Well, some of these Latinos, unfortunately,
you're like, oh God.
Yeah, I didn't want to say, man, I don't want no problems. These Latinos. And I mean, I saw some white ladies crying too. Their children are getting government money for some of the medical issues that the children have.
Yeah.
It's being rescinded.
Again, as I started off, though, I do want to say this. We do have to look at this thing in a more nuanced and more educated manner, right? And the Latinos, Mexicans are not necessarily the Latino group, the whole group of Latinos. In fact, I think the data that I saw that Mexicans majority voted for Trump. I mean for Kamala. Let me say it again. Our Mexican brothers and sisters voted for Kamala. I also wanted us not to get confused again with this idea that Mexican is a race, because there's Mexicans that look like you and I. There's Afro Mexicans or Afro Latinos.
There's Afro, all of them. Yep.
Yeah. So I think we don't get hoodwinked on what the media has put out for us and what the system has put out. This whole term Latino, from my estimation, is put out there to cause confusion to some degree. And what I mean is to lump everybody. Who decided who's Latino?
And what's
America?
Latin? They speak Spanish. So
who decided who is Latin American, or who's Latino and who's not? Who created that?
Them boys.
You know what I mean? We didn't create that. They didn't create that. The people who even, some people like the word, but they didn't decide that. They just accepted it. There's like no one way to be Latino or Latina or Latinx if you ascribe to that. Some don't ascribe to that. That was another term thrown in them. So, yes. And most of the people who fall within that Latino or Latina, they were or are dominated groups of people. But the Mexicans, again, did not, when a majority, vote for Trump. They didn't. There's a lot going on. There's going to be a lot of families hurt. I'm talking about in those from Latino backgrounds. I haven't really looked at it enough to really. There will be some things that go in there. There will be. Now, the reality is there's things going on every day. People are dying every day in the system as it currently stands. People are oppressed. People are poor. People are tired. People don't know what to do. And you know what they did? What they did?
What did they do?
They threw a Hail Mary.
You
know what that is?
Yeah, when you throw the ball up and hope somebody catch it.
And you know what the Hail Mary is?
I think the federal government shut down.
They elected Trump.
Oh, he's the Hail Mary. I love it.
He's the Hail Mary.
Yeah. This is the last ditch effort there.
Yeah, they just they're like, if people are like,
hold on to
what we've been doing, we need something. We need something different. Is that Trump is saying he's going to open up RFK, JFK, and what's the other one?
Martin. They already did it. He signed the EO, the executive order, baby.
This
Drop the knowledge.
We're going to see if things come out. I don't know.
You don't know.
What I'm saying is this type of talk also excites people. Now, some people on both sides want to know about what's going on. It takes Trump to say, let's do this, because most people operate from a very scared place. Trump ain't scared. He don't really care what you think about him. He doesn't care. I mean, he probably cares to some degree because he's fragile, but if you talk about him, he feels important.
Yeah.
So again, family, in closing, don't fret, fight. Don't fret, fight. Fight, and you will gain the courage that you need. When you start fighting, you realize you're a little bit stronger than you thought you were. When you start fighting, you realize you can protect yourself a little bit better. When you fight, you have meaning. It brings about purpose. It builds courage. It creates a certain level of tenacity in you. It creates a certain level of resilience in you. When you fold, you become and stay traumatized. Turn it over to you, Queen.
Well, that was powerful at the end, and I think we have to fight. I think that we look past our own strengths and give it away to the establishment, and understand this establishment or Trump and his boys or whomever, they work for you. The people are the power, and we have to look at it like that. In our community, the Black community, we're very powerful. We bring culture to this situation. Trust me, all of this stuff that they're striking down, they're going to need some Black money. They're going to need some, even in their own corporations, they cannot appeal to people without the culture of Black people. The way we talk, the way we communicate, the way we connect, they're going to need it. So know your power, hone in on your strengths, connect with like-minded people, build in your family, build yourself, do a lot of self stuff too, but we got to fight. I so agree with the fight. I think she wants to add something. Hotel California. I think she wants to add a statement, but we got to fight. Fight is where we have to be. If we're not fighting, we're losing.
We're not
That's
fighting.
man. Huh?
We say when we're not fighting, we're losing.
We fighting, we're losing. I really think that since these guys have money, we think that they're invincible, but they're not. They aren't. So we gotta fight, guys.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey. It's Hotel California again.
Hey, Queen, I think she can hear you now because I did something different. Let me know, Queen.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can. Go ahead. I know you have a point before we close it down. Go ahead.
Yeah. I just wanted to say and sorry to go back, but when you guys were talking about, take care of yourself and mental health, I just want to make sure people look into employee assistance program therapy that offers free therapy for like 5 to 6 sessions, and just free therapy in general, or just therapy, because I know the stigma around us and we don't always want to go that route, and I get it. But during this time, if you feel under attack, please reach out to somebody. That's all.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially Da he is in that realm, mental health. So I'm sure he can second that.
Yeah, we gotta really deal with those. I would say that are socially, culturally, politically aware. Because what happens is many times you'll have a therapist just as unraveled as you are, and they ain't gonna do you no good.
That's true.
So
you're right about that. I never just a couple of weeks ago, and they recommended, you should see a therapist or whatever. He said, "Wow, they just as crazy as I am." So I just laughed. I said, "Lord have mercy." So yeah. You got to find the right one.
Yes.
Yeah. Shop.
But definitely talk to people and reach out.
Did you say shot?
I said shop. Shop for a therapist.
Oh yeah, shop.
Yeah, shop. For sure. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sister E, we appreciate you. We're about to get up off of here. So you have a good night over on the left coast. Take care of yourself in the Bay Area. At least you don't have any fires or anything to deal with, but take care of yourself. But talk soon.
Okay. Y'all do the same.
All right, peace.
See you next Thursday. Peace.
Peace and blessings. Thank you.
All right, family. We out of here.
So listen, like, share, subscribe. Doc in the Box every Thursday. We're getting our talk line up. I want you guys to get on the phone next week. Meet us here at 10 p.m. next Thursday. Peace and blessings, everyone. Good night.
Become a part of it. Embrace it. 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 When you claim you're African, you're going to get your mind back. Black and proud. Claim you're African. Black and proud. I'm telling you. When you claim you're African, you're going to get your mind back. Black and proud. Claim you're African. Black and proud. I'm telling you.